No.
Hello! Zero Interest RWBY Season 4, Episode 7... Punished.
Yeah. Punished. Episode 7.
Ironically, an episode entirely devoid of Yang. You can't really see it because it's out of frame, but I was doing the badum-tish thing.
Yeah, that's pretty great. So we open on Oscar, who is still hearing Ozpin's voice, and Ozpin's like, our souls are one and the same. Our souls and auras.
Yep, that is pretty much your confirmation that, yeah, Ozpin died in that fight.
Yeah. And he did a fusion. He basically did a nail and Piccolo to Oscar, but Ozpin is the nail.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of implications in the fact that this has happened. Namely, is this the first time it's happened?
No, he said I went through the same thing, actually.
Fair point.
So it's like, yeah, the spirit of Oz continues to go on. It's kind of like the passing of All Might's power, I guess.
You were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that. It's kind of like that, but it's, I guess. I mean, there's only two voices now. There's Oscar and there's Oz. So the implication is like, it's probably just one person gets past to the next, teaches them everything they need to know, and then that person gets passed on to the next.
Well, I'm thinking it's because of the whole cumulative strength factor of my aura has been is fused with yours. So then if you fuse your aura with somebody else, they have like a lot more aura. Then you pass it on to another person. That aura fuses with theirs, a lot more aura, and so on and so forth.
That makes sense.
Was what I was thinking. So the soul thing is not necessarily like it's not every soul transferred because that'd be nuts, but the aura and the current soul is transferred, I guess, infused. So Oscar is basically Deku. So
kind of with a bit of schizophrenia thrown in. You know.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. Has a nice conversation with his mom about dinner.
That was really sweet. Like that sounded like a genuine conversation. I think it's his aunt actually, but yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a very genuine conversation between, let's say, caregiver and child, shall we?
Oscar, supper's almost ready.
What are we having?
Doesn't matter. You're eating it.
I never agreed to these terms.
It's part of the living under my roof contract. Read the fine print, then come wash up.
I didn't agree to that contract.
It's in the fine print. Now read it and come downstairs.
It's in the fine print of my house, my rules. Yeah. Then we move over to Weiss, who's being scolded by her daddy. And her daddy's like, yeah, no, you're not leaving at all. And he slaps her at one point.
Yeah, at that one point being, she says, this isn't your family name, it's mine, and you married into it. Which, yeah, that's kind of a deep cut. Like, say what you will about his practices and what he has actually done, but he has been working to build the family name and such things in his own way. And she kind of just spat on all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, say what you will about his methods, but that was kind of a deep cut.
Yeah, that was what he probably deserved, too. He is a dick.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you're not leaving. You're no longer the heiress. Whitley will probably be the heir now. So Whitley's going to be the heir now. So stay in your room. And so Weiss's response is to, I'm going to move the furniture and then grab my sword.
Yeah, I'm going to move the bed about a foot that way, but only at the bottom end, and I'm going to move the footstool, and I'm going to close the curtains, and that means I have room to do weapon practice, apparently.
She's an heiress, okay? She's not going to put in that much effort.
Yeah. She'll get the servants to finish it off later.
Yeah.
Princesses.
She goes out and she yells at Whitley, by the way, and she's like, "You never really you were pretending you knew this would happen, blah blah blah." And Whitley's like, "Well, you gotta obey father." And I'm like, "So he's evil. So we all knew that. Okay."
So he's manipulative. Like, evil might be a stretch. We don't really know enough about what he would actually do with the power once he has it. He's just willing to go to very shady means to get it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't like him though. Like I've said before, he has a very punchable face.
By the way, planning on either cosplaying as him or Jacques, so that's going to be fun if I end up with a punchable face.
If you cosplayed as him and we were in the same country, I would run over and punch you.
Look me up at RTX London, everybody. Yeah, I'll need to work on my smom face.
If I went to one of those RTX things and I saw somebody dressed as Whitley, and I saw multiple people, I would punch every single one of them dressed as Whitley.
Okay, if I wanted to dress as a good guy character from the show with white hair, my choices would be White or Winter. Sorry, not willing to cross that line. I'm okay. I mean, Ozpin at a push, but that's more of a gray. So,
You
Also,
should do it.
my mustache game will be on point, so that's okay. That's fine. I got that covered.
And we go back to the fight, and Crow is doing pretty okay in this fight. He's kicking the guy's butt, throws his sword, punches the guy. He's really strong.
Yep, keeps telling everybody else to stay the hell away and not get involved.
And RWBY proceeds to get involved because family.
Because this is my fight too. And Crow says, "It's not that, it's," and gets cut off.
Yeah.
There is a reason.
And gets cut.
It is kind of shown in this fight if you really pay attention to it. And it also tells you in his image song that you hear in the background.
What is it?
Because it also tells you explicitly in the next episode, so I'm not gonna. So you get to wonder for another 2 days or something.
Yeah. I'll try not to let it bother me too much. So he gets cut by Poison Stinger. It's still weird. And then she cuts off the stinger.
Yeah.
RWBY cuts off the stinger.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh no.
He cuts Crow, and he's like, and it's just, it's fucking off. It's fantastic. It's like, fuck you. You don't get to have a good day, motherfucker.
He continues to be the best animated character in the show in this fight. And it's like, I like him for fights, and I hope they continue to use him.
Yeah, he's a very energetic character. Like, yeah, you don't see that to this scale with any other character in the show. Like, a lot of the characters are very composed and very... their movements are very, very specific and intended, and with him, there's a lot more flow to it, and you don't see that with most of the characters.
It's very entertaining to watch. And so, yeah, it ends with Crow being like, yeah, I'm poisoned. Okay, I'm bleeding now.
No,
and they're like, what's going on?
It's just a crash. It's just a crash. It's just a scratch. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And they're like, what's going on? What's going on? Who's Salem? All these stuff and Crow ends with saying, it's your favorite fairy tale. Yeah. Good episode.
He was injured at the time. What's your favorite fairy tale?
It's good episode.
I need to work on that. I'll work on that.
Good episode. Good episode. I think every part of this episode was solid, pretty much. There was no part that I was like, eh. Because we saw the consequences of the Weiss thing. We got to see more of Oscar, and I'm starting to get endeared towards that crazy little nutcase.
Yeah, that was a very good call to action scene, I've got to say.
Yeah. It was handled really well. And the whole fight against Crazy Dude was well animated, well done, and Crow's pretty awesome. Even though he is an edgelord.
Well, yeah, he has a sword. It has an edge on it.
Edgelord. His
Technically,
name
it's a
is
scythe,
Crow.
so it has several edges on it.
His name is Crow. He has a tattered cape for no reason. Black hair, red eyes. He is edgy.
Hey, every huntsman and huntress has to have a look. That's the thing. They have to be noticeable.
But he is a particularly edgy, and I love it. Nobody really calls him out on it either, because he's actually really cool.
That, and
but, like,
he has a really good fucking reason for it, which we'll get to in the next episode when you find out what his semblance is.
Is it the thing where he turns into a crow? Because he totally did earlier. Oh.
He didn't. The crow flew in first, and then he followed it. If anything, the crow is like a familiar or something.
Well, I guess we'll find out what his semblance is. It's probably something edgy. I probably have already...
There have been a lot of signs for what it is, and I didn't get it until then, but, you know, you've been watching these a lot closer together than I have, so...
Maybe it will be like, oh yeah, I noticed that, and it will be something I already noticed, but didn't really think was a semblance or something.
Could be. Maybe so.
Anyway, yeah. So that's it for this episode, really.
Mm-hmm.
Not much to really say. I mean, this is still like, if you go back and watch an episode like season 1, you know, and to see the fight scenes in that, this is just like the way this particular fight scene is, like the sky is all gray and cloudy, and like the background and everything. It works really well. I like it. It's well composed. Yeah, and that's about it for this episode of Zero Interest. It's going strong. This was some good payoff.
Oh, did we actually mention that, hey, we're in Remnant China now, and it's supposed to be Remnant China and not Japan, even though all the names are Japanese?
Yeah, we're in Remnant China. Yeah.
Seriously, why are all the names Japanese?
Why is it called Oniyuri when it looks so? Well, you could say it's Japan. I'm thinking China, but you could make an argument for Japan.
It is China. It's supposed to be China, rather.
I know, but you could make an argument that this particular place is Japanese. This Oniyuri, which is the most Japanese-sounding name ever. Like Onigiri, but with like Yuri Lowenthal instead.
Or Oniyuri, so it's demon girl on girl, I guess.
Yeah, that was the next place I was going to go. Yeah. We named this town after demon lesbians.
There are worse sources for names. I mean...
I think we should end the episode on that.
Probably, yep. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more and stuff. Bye.
All right. Bye.